Hey, Charles, I've heard your arguments why proof of work will gravitate more centralized. Why will proof of stake not also do so with how much wealth disparity there is today? Well, because people who get the data tend to sell it, just like anybody else. There's this bizarre idea that this plutocratic system will somehow, everybody just takes it and saves it. But most people tend to divest at certain price points. So as the price goes up, people take profit. Doing that actually creates more distribution of the underlying token. And there's a lot of great theory and science on that. And that's just on the pure proof of stake side. But when you have the notion of a synthetic resource, you can create multi-resource consensus. So people often ask me, what is the fourth generation of cryptocurrencies? I reply, multi-resource consensus. So you have proof of work combined with proof of stake, combined with proof of storage, combined with proof of merit, and all these other things. Each of those represents a power constituency, and the aggregation of them keep each other in balance for a much more equitable system. We're almost there, actually. We have a paper coming out called Minotaur that generalizes this model, and I think in a very nice, theoretically sound way. But starting with a synthetic resource and getting all of that resolved is the single most important problem, because you need to be able to have things like bootstrapping from Genesis and be able to survive an adversary's attack in an asynchronous network model. You need to have dozens of things on the network stack to avoid DDoS attacks and so forth. And you have to solve all those problems. You solve it somewhere, and if you solve the hardest case, then when you add other resources into the mix, it's much easier to do that, and they keep each other in check. So I think it's a much more fair system, and I don't buy it for a moment that it tends to centralize. Proof of work, peer proof of work always does, because of economy of scale. As the price goes up, you see specialized hardware and vertical integration and a movement towards subsidized power and favorable jurisdictions. So the set of actors who can optimize in that design space gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you end up only getting 10 or 15 major facilities that run an entire system. The other problem with proof of work is it's a winner-take-all system. So its default mindset is maximalism. You cannot allow two proof of work systems to coexist with the same algorithm and the same hash rate, because the default economic incentive there is to destroy one chain and then to start mining the other chain. It's called a Goldfinger attack. That's just a fact. And if the proof of work people want to ignore it, okay, but the data, they clearly show that's happened. So the point of proof of stake is to build a different notion. Then once you have that, then you can have multiple resource consensus. And that's the fourth generation.